Alright people, welcome back to another video. Alright guys, so today I got a video to show you guys about Handheld Companion, right? So I don't see a lot of videos online about Handheld Companion for the Legion Go. So I decided let me just do a video on it and show you guys what's going on, right? So with this app right here, it has a ton of features on here and it helps you with gyro, automatic TDP, and everything to get to your system to run the way you want it to run, right? All right, so let me just get into it real quick, show you some tips and some features that's here, then I give you a little gameplay at the end, right? Let me just show you how to download it first. You just gotta go to any browser, you type in Handheld Companion, you go click here, you go to the GitHub page, and then you scroll down on the right side, you click on releases, and here this will show you the latest build. And you can read about all the bugs and stuff like that. It's not perfect, no app is perfect. And you come down here, then you can download the exe from right here, and you would install it like any regular application that you're installing from any website, right? So once you do that, go through all the process and everything, you should see it on your desktop if you click create desktop link. So when you open it, already got it open, just click down here. It also comes with its own overlay like to track your FPS. So when you open it up, first thing you're gonna see is controller. In here, you see some basic stuff. You don't have to change a lot in here. You could change your controller type. You could change it to the DualShock 4, or you could leave that Xbox. If you go to device, here you could set up your TDP configuration. So this option right here will be off when you get it, when you just download it. So in here you could allow what it says configure power TDP override, allow to modify the minimum and maximum power value TDP beyond the CPU, right? If you turn it on, basically it's gonna give you a little warning saying if you push it over the limit as what the manufacturer said, which is the highest for this is 30, you might have some risk. That's basically what it's saying here. So it's up to you if you want to go over that. So you can set the minimum to like 5, 10, 15, whatever, and then you could put it up to over whatever you want. But I wouldn't recommend that because you know how it is when you try to overclock certain stuff. You might overheat your GPU and then you might be in a lot of trouble right there. So I'll just leave it at 30, which is recommended by Lenovo. So leave it like that. Here you control your brightness. If you go down, so sensor selection. So select desired sensor used for motion input. So this is basically for the gyro. Here you could do internal, external, controller. Leave them controller. This is going to use the controls that's on the device. Then you could calibrate it as well if you want. This feature, the touchpad press through. When you just get it and you just boot up Handheld Companion, you will try to use the touchpad. It's not going to work. Let me show you. It's like it's not working. So if you turn this on, then your touchpad would actually start working. So that's one thing to keep in mind, because I was trying to figure out like why my touchpad not working. So when I went through all the settings and stuff, I figured it out. It's also have a battery percentage charge limit that's already built into the Legion Go, but you can use it here as well if you want. Down here, this is the gyro stuff. It says sensor selection. So I've done left controller, which is the left one right here, and you'll see in a minute why I set it up like that. And left Legion Go controller. You could set the sensitivity, dead zone, and everything for the gyro here. I mean, you could mess around with it, see what's best for you. And you also have an auto sleep time where if you're not using it, it goes to sleep. But I should get going depth in a minute when I set it up and show you when I'm in the gameplay, right? In performance, you have one of the next feature that I say you could use is auto TDP. So with auto TDP, it would adjust the TDP while in game to give you a certain amount of FPS that you set it to, right? So if you set it to 48, 40, whatever, the TDP would adjust automatically to try and boost your system to get that FPS that you set it for. So this is good. This is nice to have. This is a great feature, and I recommend you have this on, but try to set the TDP in a reasonable area, right? Don't put it to 100 or whatever, depending on what game you're playing, if you know the system is not capable of getting that, right? So set it in the area where you think the system is actually able to push the system to get that amount of FPS, right? So set it according to each game, because you can also make profile and then set each settings for each one, right? If you go down, I didn't really mess with anything that's down here. If you go to profile, this is where you could create profile for each game. So you would hit the plus sign. I haven't created a profile yet, and then you find the executable in your files and link it to that game, and then you could do each individual settings for that game. So you could set the motion settings for whatever specific game you chosen, anything for that specific game, if you get what I'm saying. Or you could just leave it on global, and that one settings that you have in global, that will be for any game that you're playing. It's up to you and how you want to do it, guys. An overlay here, it will just give you some overlay size where you could change the overlay, like your FPS tracker, your GPU usage and everything. You could also mess with the color. Alright, so when you go to hotkeys, this is where you could set up a hotkey for each one of these specific command that you want to set it for. The main one I will say is right here, summon quick tools. So I set it for the back button behind the left controller. So when I press it, it will bring up the quick menu, right? Let me do that real quick. Bring this up, and this way you could do any changes in the system whenever you're playing a game and stuff like that. I get into this in a minute. Once I get into the game, I'll show you how I set up the gyro for the system, right? Also got the 3D controller for the 2 analog sticks. You gotta press it down to bring that up. And on-screen overlay. On-screen overlay, this pops up automatically because I have it on already. So whenever you start the game up, it will pop up right here in the top right, and it will show you everything. You could also set up for increase TDP, decrease TDP, so you can go down and see whatever you want and see how you want to set it up for your system. It's a preference thing, so go through the settings and see which one you want to set up to your liking, right? Let me go back to overlay real quick. So in overlay, if you look here, it says overlay display level. In here, this is where you set it up to see all your monitoring stuff, so you can monitor your FPS, your GPU usage and everything. You set it to full, minimal, or you can just disable it, extend, custom, or anything. And this way you can custom all the colors and stuff like that, as I said before. Oh, one more thing I want to show you guys. What I'm seeing is you want to make sure Handheld Companion boot up before any other app that you have in your system, like Steam, Xbox Game Pass, or even Legion Space, because if any one of those boot up before this, then it will take control over the controls, and then that might like negate everything that you set up in here, right? Like your gyro settings, everything like that. So you want to go to settings, you want to make sure you have auto start and applications, and then you want to disable auto start and any other application that you have. Let this boot up first, and then you can open up Steam or Legion Space or anything you have running, so that this will take the lead in the controls, and all the settings will be active on your system on boot up, so that when you get right into the game, you're not wondering why gyro is not working or this is not working or anything like that. So I want to make sure this is on, and then you should be good from there, guys. So let me get into the game real quick, and then I'll show you what's going on. Alright, so as you can see, top right, you see my overlay is working, showing my FPS and everything. So as I said before, I set up a hotkey in the back button, so you can set up whatever button you want to do, guys. So I set up in the back left button. I don't remember what the name of that button is, but it's the bottom one on the left controller. When I press that, it brings up the menu right here. If you go down, you can see all your brightness, your overlay settings, and everything. So you can also set up your overlay from here as well. Change it from full, minimum, anything that you want to change it. You could even disable it from here. So go back. Now when you go into profile, motion control, graphics settings right here, you click on that, and this way you can see your gyro settings as well. If you go down, you see output device. I got it on right stick, which is this one right here. So when I'm aiming, this is controlling the gyro and the system itself. I got this on local space. Then I go down, you could hit a command, so the gyro could activate when you press the button. So I put it on the left trigger, so that's the aiming trigger. So when I start aiming, it would automatically turn on gyro, and I could start aiming with it and use it like that. So that's a good settings right here, guys. So when you go down a little bit now, you could also adjust the settings for gyro and everything to your liking and how you want it to feel and how you want it to play for you, right? So that's basically it. And here you could also change like your Legion Space settings, like your display resolution, refresh rate, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all that good stuff in here, guys. So you don't really need Legion space when you're using this as well. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm not a gyro type of person. I don't use gyro, but I'm just gonna show you a little bit of gameplay using it. So it's not active right now because I'm not aiming, but once I start aiming, see it, then it start working. So that's good, and that's a great feature, guys. So you don't have to have it on all the time. As I said, I'm not a gyro type of person, but I'm just gonna give you a little bit of gameplay. So see, it's working, and this make your accuracy a lot better, to be honest. So I'm definitely about to start using this. Reload, bro. So if you're a gyro type of person, then this is good for you. And see, it's working fine. So yes, that's basically it, guys. That's what I'm gonna show you. As I said, I'm not a gyro type of person, so don't judge me for this. I just wanted to show you guys that it's actually working. And that's basically it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And let me know if you've been using this Handheld Companion and how it's going for you, because I know it's been out for a while, but I haven't seen anyone post anything about it on the Legion Go. So I just wanted to put it out there so that you guys could see what's going on. And as they said before, there are some bugs, so it's not perfect, but it's not a game breaking bug that not gonna let you enjoy the game or whatever, because it's good. And thanks for tuning in, guys. And what I always say, guys, health is wealth, peace and love. I'm out. And sub to the channel for more awesome content, guys.